Take a very westernly swing here. Maybe they're just going to play this the late game. You do have at the top La Cantada, and of course you have Cabrera as well. So there is potential to do that. They're very, very spread out at the moment, more than likely looking for vehicles. We see them on Erringale. When they'll go, they'll drop Yasnaya, two will go there. The rest will go off and get the utility, bring it back home. But they're going to play a bit of a later game here. Let's, I think it'd be only fair, because it is a rather large talking point at the moment. The boys on your screen right now, OMG. 4 games, 55 kills. That's absolutely ridiculous. And when we look at between them, Lion KK with 24, 3,260 damage. Zhao Hai, 17, 2560 damage. And then down at the bottom, you have someone with 10 kills in the form of Gaxi with 1,680. Like, what a massive drop-off, almost doubling third place.
Yeah, it's a big change here. So welcome, South George. I think, again, it's very easy to overlook how great they have been when there's such a dominant team. But they've been playing very nicely for themselves. But it looks like First Blood has been officially drawn there. So again, this is a bit of an issue. This map, you don't want early engagements. Loot is a little bit sparser in comparison to the other maps. So again, you want to be able to ensure you get the Kar98, the loops up on the back of it, all looking nice for Keen. So good to be seen there. And Vanguard had a wonderful game on Miramar as well. Can't overlook what they achieved. Yeah,
it's finally nice to see the CIS boys stepping up to the plate and stepping up to, more importantly, what we know they can do and what they can achieve. They're a fantastic set of individuals. They're a fantastic 2 teams. I mean, they kind of run the CIS region at the moment. You looked at, again, the qualifiers. They were head and shoulders above anybody else. Don't get me wrong. The CIS is definitely, it's a budding area. There are a lot of good teams that are on the come up now, a lot of certain individuals that are going to be your stars of the future. But right now, they are the bosses. They're the ones running it, and they're kind of just trying to catch up to one another. If one takes the lead, it's the other one that has to follow.
I think a lot of people coming to this event were also putting them as a dark horse, the CIS region. Most people are looking at Europe to be quite dominant, at least in first person. That was wrong for now. Overall, they've done fine. Just, you know, just being a meme. But the point is, just banter. But the point is that the CIS region was always going to be that kind of like dark horse pick because we know how well they can play. Na'Vi have had a couple of roster issues. Obviously, that's played them slightly or slowed their roll down. But beyond that, Vanguard are phenomenal. So, again, we were kind of looking at them to be the team to surprise us, or the region, should I say, to surprise us. But that was not the case.
What happened so far? Let's look at the circle and see where the rotations are going to be coming through. Urad onto Mike's. He does go down. That's a knock for now. We'll see if they advance on this one to try and claim these initial 15 points. This earlier on, we saw Savage poking away with the 686. They did disengage from that fight, and so be it. Honestly, on a map like this, you can just turn into any kind of compound or building, and the amount of guns that can be in there. I've seen Andy Pyro in one certain event where he just found a Saiga. It's like, okay, boys, let's have it. Let's rock and roll. And it's job done.
Now, I'm looking at positioning early from a couple of teams. We do have this little bit of a battle going on, because that should be a confirmed kill if the nade does go far enough. Not quite landing there just yet, but bleeding out quite heavily here. Damage is being done. He's dropping the loot on the way. So it's just like, if I can't have it, no one can. Sod ya. But we are seeing a couple of teams on the way out, on the road, and a lot of this will be happening. A lot will be able to spot each other on the way on these rotations. But I wonder about the teams who went to the north early on. We knew the flight path coming through was relatively towards the south, making the teams who took the longer road towards the north once that circle hit have a huge benefit. So Honey Badger Nation, for example, will have a lovely looting phase. They do need to not get too comfortable. It's very easy to get, you know, rest on your laurels a little too much and not be aware that teams will be working in towards you. So that's something to keep your mind on. Now Savage on the go. Ragnar leading the squad out, but 4 AM, tag or two coming through there. You don't want to get those vehicles too damaged up. You've got a long old road ahead of you.
The fact that you can, I mean, it's been in for a while now, but the fact that you can take out the tires it's something to play for. If you just go for the spray, if you can't at least kill them, do as much damage, but go for the wheels on a map like this. All right, there's a lot of terrain that you can play off of. I think that's the biggest difference between this and Erringale. If you're running through an open field on Erringale, it's literally an open field. You've got to fight for survival. You're just going to get mowed down. With this, there is objects. There is a lot of